beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food plant exclusive, sos-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And today I wanted to bring you along with me while I check out some new products by Weight Fit. Recently was in touch with somebody named Maya Susi, and she is the owner and founder of this product and company called Weight Fit. And I was very interested in this because it has to do with weighted vests and weighted products. And you know me, I'm often found in a weighted vest. I do use ankle weights sometimes, and I do use wrist weights sometimes. But I was very interested in her products, and so I thought I would bring you along and check them out, and we can talk about them. So she sent us some adjustable wrist weights as well as an adjustable weighted belt. Now, I found that to be very interesting because when I had my back surgery and I had my herniated disc repaired, and also was dealing with a diagnosis that we're trying to recover from, which is osteoporosis. I want to shove that back into osteopenia. I was told that you really need to be careful about the pressure that you put on your shoulders. And at the time, I was recommended that maybe I should check into a weighted belt. But do you know what? I couldn't really find any at the time. I just really didn't know a lot about it. But now I have the option here to check it out, test it out, and share with you my thoughts about it. So whether you want to add a weighted belt or you want to just use it instead of the vest, because maybe the vest isn't a good choice for you, we're going to check out and make that option available for you if I find it to be really great. So I thought it was really awesome that they come in these like little packs. It reminds me of when I was in school, these little pencil zipper containers, which I thought was really great. They're very durable and good place for storage. And inside here, because we're opening this together, whoa, is a very heavy belt. It says on here that this is a 7-pound belt. And if we take it out of the packaging, it looks beautiful. It's got a nice Velcro, so let's check that out. Look at this. Okay, so this is the inside of the belt, and it looks like there's some extra weights. Let's take out the weights and check into them. Now, when I read on her website, isn't that cute? It's got her company name right there in the weight. I read that this was a really important step and feature for her is to figure out a way to make a thin weight. And I personally appreciate that. And I also love that it's not in the product, right? It's removable. And so that's kind of just what I'm guessing, and I can see that it is true based on the fact that she had sent some extra weights. And so I think at one point, I think I'm going to grab a scale in a few minutes because I want to weigh how much these individually weigh. I didn't count these or figure it out, but I guess we could do that as well. But before we do that, I do want to just take a minute and just look at this product here. So it is thin and slender and sleek. The material, although I don't know what the material is, but it feels like it's a very durable, breathable material, and it looks like the way the packaging went, when you fold it, there are a missing pocket here, 2 of them, so that makes sense. So that's why they're not extra, they're the ones that go in here, and so we can put them in together now that I'm figuring this out with you, and so you can see how this works. So what I love about her product is, if you take a quick look here, you can see that it looks like there's a little flap, and it's a stretchy material. We will do this together. There we go. Aha. See how it slips right in there? Once you get it in there, and then I'm just going to take this piece behind it and cover the top. And there you see, we have the weight in there. Now I want to try this weight on with my weighted vest, and then I want to take this vest off and focus on this product. And so the reason that I decided to wear them together to start with, wow, this material feels good. This is slender. This is really a nice product. And I mean, I have no affiliation at this point of filming. I just am excited to find a product that, that might be something that helps us who are looking for a weighted belt or vest. And so if I wanted to wear them together, I think this would fit me very nicely. I don't think it's necessary to do that, but I wanted to try it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the belt, which is very easy to do. I can't get over the beautiful thin design and just how it feels. It's actually really, really nice. I am super excited. I'm going to go ahead and take my vest off so that we can focus on the weight fit weighted belt and wrist weights. And let me just put this down. And I want to go ahead and put it on and show you the two different ways that I might wear it. Gosh, this is really nice. The feel is very nice, like I mentioned. I kind of like, and the Velcro belt. If you saw or heard me talk anything before about the Velcro pieces, sometimes they're made out of a material that's kind of crunchy and doesn't feel really good, doesn't last very well. But this one seems like a higher quality, much higher quality than anything I've ever tried that I'm not using, you know, other ones that I've tried that I don't really like. So let's see, hold on a minute. I want to really get this up around my waist so you can see that you can wear this as high up as you want, because we have the adjustable Velcro, and gosh, it feels really good. The slim feature about it makes me feel like I could wear this under my daily clothing. So whether you're, you know, going to an office or a play or just your daily running around, picking up your kids, whatever, this is comfortable. And I just want you to take a look at how this looks, since I can't, you know, share the actual feeling, but it's really nice, and I feel like I could touch my toes, I can move and maneuver in a way that if I was getting in and out of a car, you know, it would be still very functional, and gosh, it feels really good. So the other way that I would wear it is lower around the hip area, and as long as you can close the Velcro, then I think that is, I think that is good. So whatever feels comfortable for you. And here again, I don't have any stress on my shoulders. If you're worried about, you know, depending on where you are in your osteoporosis diagnosis, or if you have any concern about any of the discs being compressed in your spine and you've been told not to really put any weight on your shoulders, you can use the belt, and the belt will still offer great support and great load on the bones for the hip and the lower part of the body. So I'm liking this. So I think personally I would wear it a little higher. So let me adjust it where I feel like it would feel good, which is even either all the way around the waist where I showed you the first time, or right here, and I feel it right above, like kind of right where the hip bone is. So I'll leave this on while we take a stroll over here. And I did grab my kitchen scale. If you've seen any of my cooking stuff, I love a good kitchen scale. And I just wanted to weigh one of her weights so that we know exactly how much it weighs. And I'm going to just do it with ounces. So 8.6 ounces is what this is weighing, which is basically a half a pound, 0.504 pounds. So that is, that's nice. It feels good in my hand. The design is sleek, and anyways, it even has a little hole in it. I wonder what that's for. I'm not really sure, but I would guess that if you needed to hook it on anything, that's an available option, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm just noticing that. So let's move on to her adjustable wrist weights, and it looks like, gosh, it's really hard to see what the pounds it. So we'll just weigh it because I'm not sure. It looks like there was some writing on top of it, and I can't tell, but it comes also in this little case that I just think is so cute for storage. And the material is nice, little zipper, so you can kind of see. And these come individually packed, but they're sealed. So let's go ahead and tear into these. Wrist weights are really good when, you're doing things and you still want to use your hands, or you need to be concerned or aware of the grip. Maybe you're having trouble and you can't really grip. Carpal tunnel, sometimes the grip hurts, and so that's why I like being able to add a little bit of extra weight on my wrists and ankles. Now I know that this company carries ankle weights. I have never tried them, so I can't really talk about them, but I'm sure it's the same. Look at these. These are cute. Look. Wow. Wow. And what am I saying wow about? The Velcro is so simple. You don't have this long line of Velcro that you need to worry about when you're putting on a wrist weight and you're doing it yourself. It's like putting on jewelry. Sometimes you need that little extra help, right? And so wrapping it and making it tight can be cumbersome. Let me try these on myself and see how I do. So I want to get it as tight as I can. And wow. And there you go. Wow. That feels good. So before we go any further, let's weigh these and look at them a little bit more. The whole thing, not just the weight, but the whole thing is weighing in at basically, my scale says 1.492 pounds, so 1.5 pounds. So 2 pounds, so 1.5 pounds each, so that would be 3 pounds total. So that's, just a little bit of extraness. Now let's look at these because I wanted to see, are these weights, do they come out? And it looks like they do. It looks like they do. And if you know me, you know I love to be able to have the flexibility of just wearing the sleeve with nothing in it. And that goes for the belt too, or any weighted product. And then being able to gradually add the weights depending on what works for you. And so let's take a peek. So here they are. Here they are. And we can just take one out. Let's look at it. Oh, that's really cute. So here was the bigger one for the belt. And here's one for the wrist. And just curious how much each one of these weighs. Cute. 0.207 pounds or 94 grams and 3.30 ounces. So hopefully that's helpful. And so let me slip this guy back in here. Let's see if this is as easy or not as the other one. Oh yeah, this one went in really easy for me. So it's also getting used to the product, right? Getting used to something. And I just want to make sure that I tuck it in really nice and snug. Gosh, I really, really, really feel very confident about this product. And I am excited to wear this around for a little while and get back to you and let you know, how it feels after it's, not just tried on in front of you, but I'm going to wear this for a few days and report back. So what I do want to talk about is, and this is not a comparison at all, but these are the latest wrist weight that I have. And if you are interested in knowing more about the vest that I'm wearing or these, I'll link that in the description. But really, I like that these are slender. You see that? So for example, just to see the difference, see what I mean? Like you have to, and it's not that it's bad, but she's got me spoiled now with that easy, simple way to put the other ones on. So I want you to just compare. And I thought these were pretty good, but the difference in the, the thinness, the bulkiness, this is obviously thinner and going to be easier to wear in everyday chores and everyday movement. I mean, this one is fine, but look at the difference. And the choice just makes me feel like I would prefer something that isn't super bulky. I've actually tried to cook with these, and I don't. You don't really see me cooking with them because of that reason. And I think that these might be really good. I do want to also talk for a minute about something that I saw on her website, and I have a little note here, so I'm just going to reference it. She talks about wrist cuffs reducing tremors. So if somebody is dealing with some kind of neurological or some kind of disorder where you have a lot of tremors, and tumors, she mentioned tumors on there, it talks about the weight being able to help stabilize from the pressure. And I thought that was really interesting. I don't know anything about that, but I thought, wow, that's a really interesting thing, and I wanted to just bring that up. The forearms, it also mentions, are easier to rest. So if we are, for example, taking a paper and pen and we're going to be sitting at a table, which I'm going to actually use my ball. With this one, you can see writing. I mean, I can do it, but I don't really have the pressure, right? Because there's kind of like a hole in here. And so it's doable, but it's a little bit awkward. Whereas this one, this beautiful, I'm really excited about this product. Thank you, Maya, for developing something that is so awesome to help so many of us in so many different avenues and ways. And so, yeah, so I can still move in there, and I can feel that it's kind of rests, but maybe it's not tight enough. Maybe it is. But what I do feel is that this part seems straight on the table. And so I can see myself wearing these throughout the day. Another thing is you can use these in exercises where you want to have your wrist straight. Or walking your dog. There have been times when I was told by my whole food plant-based doctor to go ahead and hold weights while you're on your walk. So I'd wear my weighted vest and I'd hold weights. And it's hard to do when I'm trying to walk the dog at the same time. So these are really nice because it frees up my hands to do other things. So I wanted to mention that. Let me just see if there's anything else. And then the last thing that she mentions on her website that I thought was interesting is that you do have more control over your fine motor skills having the weight on your arms. And so she does offer a 30-day return policy, which I think is really nice, and you can check that out on her website. We're going to link all of this in the description below in case you're interested. But I do want to say that she created these, according to her website, with the thin weights in mind, wanting to make something which I think are stellar, right? Having that thin plate, and so that it's not only thin and can feel good and fit under your clothes, but it's thin pieces, so there's more mobility in our movement. And she has said on her website also, occupational therapists and physical therapists like to work with these products. I love hearing about that. So what I am going to do is I am going to spend some time wearing these products over the next few days, and I'm going to give you my honest feedback, and I'm going to let you decide what works best for you. So hang in there. We'll be back in a few days, and no matter what you're doing, go get your greens and eat your greens, and don't forget, give plants a chance. I got to get going right now. We'll see you soon. share with you my experience wearing the Weight Fit belt and wrist weights. And I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. I never had the weighted belt opportunity before, and so I'm going to tell you the first thing I noticed was, wow, I've got some weight on my hips and belt area, and so I could feel it definitely, which is really nice because it is going to be affecting and working on the bone, the hip bone, which is important. The hip bone and that area holds up the back and does so many things to help keep us in a good way. And when we have osteoporosis, that can be a big problem. So I wore this stuff one day for 4 hours, another day for 6 hours, another day for 8 hours, and then another day that I didn't time it. And it has been really interesting. I also wore it during one of my workouts. And so I'll tell you my experience. So when I had it on the first day and I was walking like this, although I had Remy with me, this felt really good, and it does right now. I can swing my arms. It doesn't feel like too much weight, and it just feels really good. I could also wear it with my weighted vest, so I have an opportunity to double up if I want to, or just go solo. I was able to, I left it purposefully out on top of my shirt today to show you, but I was able to conceal it and put it under regular clothes and wear it, and nobody would know that I had a weighted vest, a weighted belt on, which is nice. So as I was wearing all of this, I also tried to do housework, right? I want to see how it feels to wash dishes, to sweep or vacuum, bend, do laundry. I did it all, and it was great. I will tell you a couple things that I noticed. One thing that I noticed was that my movements needed to be deliberate, right? So if I'm washing dishes, that scrubbing that you might do, that I do, I needed to kind of slow down to do that, just because it was a new feeling for me, and I think that that's a real benefit to anyone that needs to be aware of, steadying their arms. And with the rubber gloves that I own, I wear rubber gloves to do my dishes to save my hands from getting super chapped. I was able to fit the rubber gloves over, and so that was great. So I did that, and I have one of these on a little looser than the other, just to show you that, either way, the fit is adjustable and it can feel good. So another thing that I realized or experienced was that the weighted belt felt really a lot heavier. And I mean, it's not, but it felt that way because I'm used to wearing a vest, right? And I felt like the distribution of weight is significantly different, which it should be, but I just wasn't expecting that. But other than that, man, it was wonderful. And so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to share anything else that you're thinking about, any questions that you have about my experience. And if you haven't subscribed, well, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I go live or post new videos, and please give this a thumbs up. It helps me spread the word and reach other people. And if you have subscribed, then thank you so much. I do appreciate all of your support. So driving in a car to do errands, that was another thing. I was able to sit flush against the back of the seat, whereas with my original weighted vest, which is different than the belt, right? But I did have those big cumbersome 2-pound weights that sometimes I could feel on my back. And so it was pretty seamless, and I really enjoyed it. I even did some computer work and used a pen. Yes, I used a pen to write on paper as well. And what I noticed is that for me, I had some issues with the weight on my right hand, and it has nothing to do with the wrist weights. it just has to do with me noticing that I need to work more on strength with my wrists. And that's a great opportunity for me to realize that. So the other thing is I was walking the dog and I could move freely, and my arms could swing naturally, and yeah, it's really good. And I even did a workout wearing this stuff. Yes, I did, because I just like to try it all. The only thing that I could say was I did a bridge pose, and that allowed me to kind of lay down and have my legs bent, which I will link a photo above here, but the vest did slide up. And so in that instance, I was thinking maybe for that particular move, I would take it off and lay it across the front of me here, because what I wanted to do was work on the area here, the butt and the hips and all those wonderful bones. And so it all worked out. I just want to tell you, if this is something that you're interested in, I highly recommend you give them a try. The company is a family-owned business, and you can reach the company owner directly. She gets right back to you. I just love to give a shout out to things that I believe in, and so far I've had a great experience. So if you're interested, I'm going to link below a link and a discount code so that you can get a discount if you want to give these a try. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, eat your greens and give plants a chance. Keep your bones strong, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone. Take care.